Hey everyone, welcome back. So our last guest is a singer and songwriter who made her first television debut right here on Open. Well, not here virtually, but you know what I mean. Back in 2014. And since she signed with a sync licensing company and has been featured on hit shows such as Bad Girls Club, Netflix Selling Sunset, and Miss Stevens, and Teen Mom OG, to name a few. She's also been featured on publications such as the Washington Post, Nylon Magazine, Broadway World. She's performed on notable stages around the world and is a voting member of the Recording Academy and a member of the Forbes Culture Community. Here now to discuss her latest album, Leave Me on Red, as well as her latest single, They Call It Lazy. Please welcome Shenna.
Hi, thanks for having me.
That was your grandiose introduction.
I loved it. I felt, oh my God, I was getting shy.
You know what it is that I tend to carry this level of orgullo, which is pride in knowing that we were your debut, meaning Open Friday, and now you've come back to share all these amazing accomplishments with our viewers. It's awesome. I mean, I was going through the list going, wowza, 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 wowza.
Thank you. No, I'm so happy to be back. When I found out I was going to be on BronxNet again, I was like, yay. And then interviewed by you. I was like, this is insane. This is like full circle all over again. So I'm happy.
It's beautiful. And thank you. Thank you for making that happen, because, I mean, you know, granted, you've been traveling all over the world and being over there at the Grammys and doing all this fabulous stuff, fashion shows. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you're an artist and you're creating, and the beauty of it is that you found a beautiful, very clever niche from a business perspective on how to make sure that your music is out there, and of course you're producing, not just music and artistry, but financially too, right?
Right, very important, exactly. Just
yeah. So, all right, so you know, the last time we had you on, I mean, I don't need to go back that far. The EP that you performed, I think, was Dream in Color.
Yes.
And then I know now your debut album was Made of Gold.
Yes, exactly.
And so now we have this new album that, well, you were calling it a project earlier, and it's Red, right? What is it?
Yeah, it's called Leave Me on Red.
Leave Me on Red.
But like the color red, exactly.
Okay, so it's Leave Me on the color red. So really what I'm alluding to is the fact that all of your titles have color in them in some form or another. Right. So let's talk about that and what that means to you, what colors mean to you, and why they're so important when identifying your music.
Yeah, 100%. So I define what colors with moods. So each project has a different type of theme and a different type of mood. So Made of Gold was my debut. Like, wow, I'm in New York City from Virginia. Like, I'm doing my thing. I'm living my dream. And then Blue Memories came along, where I talked about mental health awareness. I had different stages of overcoming depression. And I was speaking out to my fans, like, I also deal with this, you know, and I released it during Mental Health Awareness Week. And then Leave Me on Red is all about this digital world that we're currently in. You know, we're doing Zooms, we're doing it's a bizarre world. And I just sometimes feel angst. I don't know if you want to call it that. I feel eager to get back out there. So this is very edgy, this project. I feel like red is such a bold color. And yeah, that's what I wanted to convey with this project.
That's it. She's like, and I'm claiming red as that.
Yeah, it's my color. It's literally my color.
I love it. It's working. You look fabulous, though. You look fabulous. And so, all right, so that's the name of the album, right? Leave Me on Red, or as you were referring to as a project. But right now, you've already released a single that is, they call me Lazy.
They call it Lazy. Yes, exactly.
And so, okay, let's talk a little bit about that title, right? Because at first I was like, oh, wait, they call me lazy. Like, what exactly are you implying in that type of title?
Yeah, so during quarantine and just in general in this pandemic and all of that, I felt very out of touch because social media is such a huge game changer, and the people that are really cutting through are really good at it. And personally, I'm a person that, like you, I'm very personable. I like to talk and have these real face-to-face conversations. So I've been struggling during this time. You know, I get super excited for interviews and just human communication, but social media isn't 100% my lane. Even though I do it, doesn't make me feel happy all the time. So at times I just feel better at turning off my phone and being by myself and just feeling a little bit lazy. That's what it's about. Totally out of connection with the digital world.
You know, I can feel that. I appreciate that, right? That what you're referencing, because we are living in a world that is a little on the demanding side when it
Yeah.
comes to being online. And the fact that you're referencing it as it being called lazy, I find that fascinating, right? Because it's almost like you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna be lazy because I don't want to be in the race.
It's how I feel. Exactly. Yeah, you hit it on the nail.
Yeah, well, the tune sounds lovely too, and I'm so happy we're going to be able to share that with our viewers a little later. So you guys got to stay tuned, right? But
Yeah.
before we go, I want to talk about where you are now with regards to overcoming the pandemic. We survived. Here we are,
Yeah.
and as you said, you know, you made do with what you had, despite the fact that you really don't care for being online, but it is part of the business, right? But you also honor your personal space of understanding that your artistry comes from detaching.
Yes. Exactly.
Right. So where are you now in the project before we go?
Yes. So in the project, as far as the album, it's almost done. I'm creating in my safe space right now. My roommate and I set up, this is his studio actually in our home, which has been amazing to kind of just be able to create at any time of the day. Doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or 6 a.m. I don't wake up that early usually, but it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I'm able to create, and I just feel happy in this space. This is my safe space. And thankfully things are opening up again. So I am booking some shows, you know, COVID friendly shows outside. And I'm just excited to get back into the game.
That's what's up. And we really appreciate you coming back to Open and sharing it with our viewers. And I'm going to leave you on red because we're going to take a break. And when we're going to take a quick break, but then when we get back, well, Shenna's going to perform her new single, They Call It Lazy, Unplugged. So don't go anywhere.